This week in HOLLYWOKE, we're seeing some studios doubling down on Zionism programming, and they have to do this. Why? Well, because we've had so many actors and producers and crew members over the last several weeks sign on to the protest that they are going to refuse to work on productions that are working with Israel-funded companies, therefore putting Hollywood in kind of a bind right now. So they have to double down. So we're going to look at a couple of them that are doubling down right now. The first one being Paramount, because Paramount has a new propaganda series, which debuted today on October 7th. It's called Red Alert. I'm going to play the trailer for you, and then we're going to talk about it. Here we go. Here is Red Alert from the newly acquired Paramount by Zionist Larry Ellison. Here's the trailer, guys. Enjoy.
ראית שמפן?
בעזה? כשהייתי ילד היו ניסים לשם עזה.
ולא פחדת?
היום אני לא מפחד.
People, see! יודעת שאני חולה עליך.
Did they say Allah Akbar? Of course he did. Of course he did. All right. So when are they gonna? I'm waiting for the shot of Netanyahu making the call for the Hannibal directive. I'm waiting for that shot. You think that's coming? Let's see.
זה בקיבוץ?
افتحوا الشباك.
Oh my God. Producer of Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. Oh, well, you got to have your guns and you got to have your shock and awe, right? So you can sell tickets. Yeah, that's you got to have. Let's see who else. They're going to put some other credits up here. What else do they got? Oh, the executive producer of Homeland. Of course, it's the executive producer of Homeland. Of course it is. We know Homeland. That was the CIA Mossad propaganda show on Showtime, which told you that our entire CIA operation was to stop Palestinian terrorists. That's what the show was about. You guys remember Claire Danes? You remember that whole thing? We have to stop the psychopath Muslim Palestinian terrorists that are trying to invade our country, right? Because Hamas has that ability. By the way, they can certainly, with all their resources and money and ammo and equipment and technology and weapons and checks they get. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's Israel. I'm sorry. I mixed that up. Israel's the one with all the unlimited money they get from us. My bad. Okay, well, let's see what else.
חיים שלי הרובי.
אני בא אלייך לוחמים.
צועים עליי! בן שלי, ראית את הבן שלי?
אני אהיה פה בחוץ לדלת.
הם יחזרו. אבו שאתה שם?
All right, I'm sure they're zooming up. They're going to cut to the shot of the cars, the 300 cars that were destroyed by the IDF by instruction, right? That's got to be the next shot. That'd be a badass shot, by the way. If they zoomed out, did an overhead, just kind of showed you those cars all destroyed by Israel. That'd be an awesome shot. I wonder if they're going to show it.
Please, not the wallet.
Oh. Well, that was a helicopter. I wonder, was that an IDF helicopter shooting at Israelis? Is that what I just saw? The day that went in.
Come with us.
You took already one child.
בואי נלך הביתה.
Oh, they got to get home in there, don't they? Let's go home. Your home was not your home, right? You know that was illegally seized from a Palestinian family, right? Well, they had to put that in at the end. And no, I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. You're not going to get the shot of Netanyahu doing the stand down order. Whoever gave the stand down order, you're not going to get the shot of the IDF blowing up all those cars, attacking Israel citizens. You're not going to get any of that in this. I guarantee you. You know how we know you're not going to get any of that? Well, because of Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison of Oracle got about 80% control over Paramount through his son David's Skydance merger that covers CBS, MTV, Nickelodeon, BET, and Paramount. He's also snagging TikTok, which we know that deal's going through. So TikTok is gone. All these networks are gone. Paramount for sure, which is where this series has debuted today. Rumors are now swirling that he's eyeing out Warner Brothers as well. That would include the DCU. So all that Superman reference that you guys saw, we covered the Superman making the statement about a foreign country with all of the military power and backing of the U.S. Destroying another country that did not have that ability to defend itself. That's in Superman. I'm sure if Larry Ellison gets involved, he's going to have to sit down and have a talk with these guys at Warner Brothers DC and tell them we can't have that anymore in Superman films. He's got to be Israel first. I mean, America first. I mean, Israel first. I mean, you know the deal. You know, the truth, justice, and the Israel way, right? It's always been that way. Okay. Oh, and he's also looking at the bottom of this Discovery, which could pull in CNN, HBO, and Max. So they're all connected because Warner Brothers has deals with HBO Max as well. And then CNN would be part of that whole thing. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And if you know his past, Larry Ellison donated $9 million to the IDF, 2014, $16.6 million in 2017 for their training facilities. He publicly bragged about it. It ties them to pro-Israel causes, of course. Obviously, people on X are freaking out about potential bias in media. Oh, potential? You think? Potential bias? On speech, critics say his grip could throttle pro-Palestine content or push right-wing narratives, whatever you want to call it. It's establishment, pro-war, pro-Zionist narratives, because that also includes left-wing narratives, by the way. Left-wing is also captured by the Zionists. So it's not left or right. This is top-down algorithms tweaking what you see on TikTok and CBS News. We're already seeing the damage done on TikTok. We're already seeing it. Okay. There's the piece of shit on the left. I think that's his son on the right. And there you go. And as far as what's not in that trailer, and I'm not looking forward to watching that piece of crap. I'm not going to do it. It seems like total fiction to me because we know for a fact this won't be in it. We know this for a fact. This is fact. This is not up for debate. The IDF carried out Hannibal Directive, new sort of Dacomolas operation on October 7th, the Jerusalem Post. Everybody has agreed that this happened, that Air Force would carry out around 945 attacks with helicopters firing 1,100 times, which leads to this actual shot. This is not from the TV show. This is actual real life photography of the cars that were annihilated. This was, I believe, at the music festival. They were all destroyed. And then Israel tried to bury all the cars and say we have to do it for a religious purpose. So you can't actually look at the evidence of what actually happened, because then you could trace all the artillery. You could trace everything back to Israel, which it eventually was, and they all have admitted it, and it's all out in the open, and that's that. Now, how many people are never going to want to listen to this and believe it? Well, that's on them, because this is all facts, and we know all the other stuff has been debunked. We know that the 40 beheaded babies has been debunked. We know the babies in ovens has been debunked. We know the raping, and there's no evidence of the raping that they claim that Hamas did. You don't have any victims coming forward. You have third parties pretending that they heard someone say it and then they didn't, and then the family said it didn't happen. You heard all of that. So we know all of that. All that's true. It's not going to be in this show on Paramount, the Zionist show called Red Alert. Who else is up to no good right now in Hollywood? Apple TV. Apple TV's doing this show. It's a Jessica Chastain thriller. They had to postpone it. Why? Why did Apple TV postpone their thriller about Jessica Chastain? It's inspired by a secretive ADL unit. New York Times report says the charged atmosphere around Charlie Kirk's murder has delayed the release of the Savant, which is based on real life, highly covert anti-extremist monitor. So what is this about? Like it says, so Jessica Chastain, we're rooting for her. She's the good guy who has to infiltrate hate groups that want to kill people, and they got to stop them from the inside. So they're justifying the behavior of the CIA and the Mossad. They're justifying how, again, this is just like Homeland. This is just like all of these shows that justify that we have to go to certain lengths to do whatever we got to do to stop the bad guy. And the bad guy is anybody else but us. Anybody else but us. And that's too bad for Jessica Chastain, because she seems like she worked so hard on the character. That's her. She's worked so hard on this character we're rooting for in the ADL that has to infiltrate a hate group, because the ADL are good guys. They delayed the release. It puts this is the spotlight on the secretive division within the Anti-Defamation League. They're charged with infiltrating online hate groups and stop real world violence. Oh, that's all they do. They don't do anything else. They do good guy things. They don't do bad guy things. The ADL doesn't do anything bad. Right? Yeah, that's it. So what does this remind you of? Oh, you guys remember 2012? Jessica Chastain starred in Zero Dark 30, a CIA-produced propaganda film used to falsely justify their own brutal torture program and to perpetrate the lie that bin Laden's body was dumped in the ocean. But sure, the postponement of the Savant, that's what gives me chills. It's all BS, guys. It's all BS. That's what Hollywood has come to. We call it HOLLYWOKE because HOLLYWOKE. And sometimes we don't associate this war propaganda with wokeness, but I'm telling you guys, it's all the same shit. They tell you these are the boxes you have to check. This is what you have to do to get in the door, to get in the club, to get in the Academy Awards. You better be making a Holocaust film or a World War II film, or a slavery film. There's certain boxes you have to check, DEI boxes, all that stuff. You guys know how it works. That's where HOLLYWOKE has come to. And now with AI coming in, the whole thing is going to be one big effing scam of a joke, and it's all theater. It's all theater. But hopefully you now have better tools to work with. I know I do. We have better tools to work with where we can spot this stuff before it arrives in our in our scroll, before it arrives on our suggested list on Netflix and Amazon. We can see it in advance. We know what they're up to. Top Gun Maverick. We know what they're up to October 7th. I mean, come on, please. Okay. That's it for this week in HOLLYWOKE.